Vaporwave. Picture empty shopping malls from the 80s and 90s, but make them dreamy and surreal. Everything's covered in neon pink and purple lights, with geometric patterns on the floors. There are fake palm trees, Roman statues randomly placed around, and old computer graphics floating in the air. It's like walking through a nostalgic fever dream of dead malls and vintage computers. The whole vibe is lonely but beautiful, like you're the last person in an abandoned arcade. Cassette futurism. This is what people in the 1970s-80s thought the future would look like. Everything runs on cassette tapes, floppy disks, and chunky computer monitors. Buildings have lots of beige and brown colors, with boxy shapes and vintage computer terminals everywhere. Think of old NASA control rooms, early Apple computers, and VHS players, but imagine if that technology kept getting more advanced instead of being replaced by smartphones and internet. Synthwave. Imagine driving through a city at night in 1985, but everything's more futuristic and cooler. Buildings are covered in neon grids, geometric shapes glow in bright colors, and everything has a chrome finish. The skylines look like they're from a retro video game, with lots of triangular shapes, laser beams cutting through the air, and that classic 80s electronic music vibe turned into architecture. Raygun Gothic. This is 1950s space-age design cranked up to maximum. Buildings look like rocket ships with fins, chrome domes, and atomic symbols everywhere. Everything's designed to look like it's ready to blast off into space. There are lots of boomerang shapes, Googie-style diners, and that optimistic future living vibe from old sci-fi movies. Think the Jetsons, but as real buildings you can actually live in. Why decay futurism? Remember the late 90s when everyone thought we'd all be living in cyberspace by 2000? That's the style. Buildings have lots of metallic surfaces, holographic details, and early internet-inspired designs. Everything's shiny, digital-looking, and designed to look millennium-ready. There are lots of silver colors, transparent materials, and designs that look like they're from early computer graphics. Lunarpunk. This is like Solarpunk's mysterious twin sister. Instead of bright sunny gardens, everything's lit by moonlight and bioluminescent plants. Buildings are shaped like mushrooms, with glowing algae providing light. There's a mystical, witchy vibe with lots of dark gardens, underground spaces, and architecture that seems to breathe and pulse like it's alive. It's sustainable like Solarpunk, but more focused on night cycles and hidden, spiritual spaces. Googie architecture. Named after a 1950s coffee shop, this style is all about space-age optimism. Buildings have upswept roofs, boomerang shapes, and lots of glass. Think classic American diners, gas stations, and motels that look like they're ready to launch into orbit. Everything's designed to catch your eye from a speeding car, with dramatic angles and starburst patterns. It's atomic age meets the American highway. Memphis design futurism. Take the wild, colorful design movement from 1980s Italy and turn it into buildings. Everything's covered in bright colors, weird geometric shapes, and patterns that don't match but somehow work together. Buildings might have pink polka dot walls next to yellow zigzag windows. It's deliberately weird and playful, like someone let kids design a city with unlimited crayons and no rules. Frutiger aero. This is early 2000s optimism when everyone thought technology would make nature better, not destroy it. Buildings are covered in transparent materials, water features, and organic curves that look like they're growing naturally. Everything's designed in blue and green colors, with lots of bubbles, flowing water, and designs that look like they're from nature documentaries or early smartphone interfaces. Streamline moderne. Imagine if everything in the 1930s was designed to look like it's moving at high speed, even when it's sitting still. Buildings have smooth, curved walls with horizontal lines that make them look aerodynamic. Corners are rounded, there are lots of chrome details, and everything looks like it could be a spaceship or a luxury train. It's Art Deco's sportier cousin. Liminal space architecture. These are spaces that feel like you're in between worlds, empty hallways that go on forever, abandoned offices with fluorescent lights humming, pool rooms with no people. The architecture is familiar but wrong somehow, like you've walked into a place that exists between reality and dreams. Everything's beige or yellow, slightly too bright, and feels like you shouldn't be there. Weirdcore. Take normal buildings and make them unsettling and dreamlike. Hallways stretch in impossible directions, rooms have too many doors or no doors at all, and everything's slightly off-kilter. Colors are too bright or too washed out, perspectives don't make sense, and you get the feeling you're walking through someone else's nightmare. It's architecture that follows dream logic instead of physics. Dieselpunk noir. This is Dieselpunk but darker and more mysterious. Think 1940s detective stories but with more advanced technology. Buildings are Art Deco skyscrapers covered in rain and shadows, with steam rising from manholes and neon signs reflecting in puddles. Everything runs on big diesel engines, there are airships in the foggy sky, and the whole city feels like a black and white movie come to life. Atomic Ranch futurism. Take those mid-century modern houses from the 1950s-60s and imagine if atomic power really did make everything better. Houses have atomic symbols in the architecture, built-in radiation detectors, and personal nuclear reactors in the backyard. Everything's designed with that optimistic atomic age vibe, lots of boomerang coffee tables, kidney-shaped pools, and the belief that nuclear power would make life perfect. Brutalist utopia. This flips brutalist architecture's usual oppressive vibe into something positive. Instead of controlling people, these massive concrete structures are designed to bring communities together. Huge concrete buildings have vertical gardens growing on them, public spaces for gatherings, and the raw concrete is carved with beautiful patterns. It's brutalism that's meant to inspire and unite rather than intimidate.